Good morning, folks. I wanted to demonstrate today a use of the function map with a lambda. In my example here, I needed to calculate this special custom function I have for mileage, and I didn't want to have to copy the function down on this sheet. So instead, I wrote a function where I wanted to write a single formula in the header cell. And so here's how this is working. I am using the array literal, calling this header row mileage, and then I'm using the map function. And if we take a look at the map function, let's open this up. So this is going to map a range of cells, and in this case I needed 3 ranges of cells. I needed to identify the start, the finish, and the round, whether round trip was yes. And so you're mapping the data using the lambda. So I'm mapping this series, which was G2G, which is my starting location, H2H, my destination location, and my round trip, so that it would be a round trip, meaning that we would multiply it by 2. So it then creates a new array formed by mapping each value in the array. So now I could start this. My lambda then becomes start, that's my first range, that's my start, finish is my second range, and RT, round trip, is my third range. So what we're looking at here is if RT is equal to yes, then we want to calculate the mileage, start, finish, and we want to multiply it by 2. Now I realize that if it was not a round trip function, let's take a look at that. So if we, what we need to have there is my if statement. If yes, we'll run mileage, and then if not, we would actually need to run mileage not times 2. So let me go ahead and copy that, and let me go ahead and paste. And that should give me the correct answer if I were to run this without a RT equal to yes. I did just modify this to include an if statement, an if error statement, because when this would calculate for the single not multiplying by 2, we ended up with extra calculations in there. So let's see what happens now if we change, if we change this. Go ahead and hit enter and get out of that field. Let's switch one of these to not be round trip and see what our calculation is, 528. Let's switch this to round trip to no, and we should have a new calculation here, 264. So now our if statement in our lambda is accounting for if it's round trip, we multiply by 2. If it is not round trip, we do not multiply it by 2, and we introduce the if error message, because otherwise all of these became an error statement because there is no information in G and H. So we now have a running function using the lambda and building the formula in a single cell.